Ted, I wanted to talk about, you had some experience recently with a situation and some addendums to the purchase sales agreement. And, the paperwork is so important to making sure that a transaction goes as planned, smoothly, and it deals with pretty much everything from financials to terms, anything you name. It's so important to have everything buttoned up correctly. Let's jump into that. Let's talk about addendums to the purchase and sales.
So the purchase and sales agreement has a standard, itemization of terms, that basically, and let's take even a step back from there. In order for a sale of a property to not violate the statute of frauds, which is like this old, antiquated law, but it still, has merits today. It has to be in writing, and it has to define who the parties are, it has to define the terms. That's why we have purchase and sales agreements. We have to explain who the parties are, what we're selling, how much it's going for, what are the terms,
Yeah.
And lots of times during the course of a sale, something will change. Like a term will change. Let's say the mortgage amount has to change, or there has to be a closing cost contribution added into the agreement. We've seen this. This is what we live and breathe. So when that type of thing happens, you always have to look at the terms of the addendum for those items over the purchase and sales agreement, because that addendum and those terms that are inconsistent with the purchase and sales agreement trump the purchase and sales agreement. That's really important to know. You can't just, something was changed on that addendum, then you can't go back to the original purchase and sales agreement and say, hey, this is what that agreement said, because it doesn't make a difference. If both parties sign that addendum, then it's been changed, and so everything on the purchase and sales agreement that isn't inconsistent with the addendum is still valid. But anything that is inconsistent, you got to look at the addendum.
Ted, have you ever seen it where addendums were executed by both parties and never hit the bank or the closing attorney? Have you ever seen that? And what happens when you go to the closing table and they're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of times that does happen. I mean, it's done for the moment, and it doesn't get spread out to the parties, to everybody involved. And then occasionally it does happen where you're at the closing, you're like, oh wow, there was supposed to be a credit here. There was supposed to be a price reduction. Things like that happen all the time.